Hi guys, I'm Dean.
And I'm Sam.
And welcome back to Supernatural. On TNT.
On TNT.
Actually, there's a writer's strike, so let's not mention.
Yeah, sorry.
Actually, this is Ashley.
This is Savannah.
And welcome back to Underqualified!
Our second Halloween episode.
Yes, welcome back to episode 7.
7.
Woo!
We made it this far somehow.
Yeah, we're doing good.
And now we are dressed up as the one and only Sam and Dean Winchester from Supernatural.
Supernatural.
Because we love them. And this, what is this episode about?
Supernatural.
Ooh, ooh, ooh,
Okay,
ooh.
we need to rename our people. So this is going to be Bobby, okay, behind me. Rest in peace.
Bobby, R.I.P.
That's going to be...
Definitely Ruby.
Yeah, that's Ruby.
It's definitely Ruby.
So sorry, Jared Padalecki, but...
We love your wife.
We love your wife, Jen, but yeah, that's Ruby. And that is...
Sparky.
There was a dog. Oh yeah, we'll call him
This is
Baby.
Baby.
Yeah. I hope you can tell that we have beards.
We do have beards.
Go
And
to
we
our-
also have our quote-unquote liquor in a cup. Oh,
Yes.
I thought it was up here.
It's right
It's
here. This is
actually...
A lot of liquor.
It's so much liquor.
Be scared of us because we're getting tipsy tonight.
It's actually Liquid Death. Please sponsor us. We love you and Cody Co.
Yes.
And Noel Miller.
Yes.
Congratulations to the happy couple.
Yes. Yeah, it's Liquid Death, the peach one.
So yummy.
You know.
But let's get started.
Yeah, let's get started. I think we should just jump right into our topic.
Yeah,
for
the only thing
Supernatural.
we have that's going on today is that we're going to play tennis.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. So next week, tune in to hear our tennis stories. Hopefully nobody gets hurt.
Yeah, you might see some behind the scenes on the Instagram. We'll see
Yeah.
us playing.
Yes. And if you're not watching this on YouTube, you should.
You
You
should
can see
be.
our set, and it's really cute.
And you'll see my cat.
Yeah.
Literally, she's in the corner watching us. She's
Yeah.
going to come over here eventually. But
Yeah,
let's
okay.
go.
Should we start with the show first, and then end with the
Ghosty
creepy stuff? Yeah.
I think we should start with the show.
Okay. So if you don't know, Supernatural is a show starring Jensen Ackles as Dean and Jared Padalecki as Sam.
Love them.
Winchester brothers. The whole story starts off with them trying to find their father.
Yeah,
who-
because their dad goes on a hunting trip.
Yes, I have the quote here.
Dad's on a hunting trip.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, so I think that we have to start off with the pilot. The pilot, you watch it, you can't
So good.
You can't not get addicted to the show.
Well, it's the way it's filmed, first of
Yes.
all. Like, literally, that's one thing I literally have in my notes. Is
Me
the
too.
first 3 seasons are literally the best because of how they were filmed. They're just so beautiful. Oh, did your beard come off?
And no, it was the cat's hair.
Oh, go figure. But, like, it was on film, which was so good. And it was so beautiful and grainy and, like, old film-like, and then they ruined it after
It
that.
was so early 2000s before, like, just slightly before digital, but then season 4 happened and they went digital. Season 4 and 5 are still good. I feel like 1 through 5 are definitely, like, a chapter in itself. And then after that, the writers switched and the show kind of...
We still love it, though.
Yeah, you still gotta watch all of it. But anyways, for the pilot, we have Dean's famous quotes. Driver picks the music shotgun, shuts his cake hole. Ew.
It's the way that you had the quotes.
Sammy! Sammy!
Please cut that right down. I'm going to send it to Jensen Ackles.
Thank you. Please do. And then the one that Savannah mentioned, Dad's on a hunting trip and he hasn't been home in a few days. Whew.
Oh my
gosh. Welcome in.
Welcome. Look at her little tail. Come here. Come here. Look at your little friend. Oh my goodness. You have anything to say? Oh my, you smell like dog. Get out of here.
She said that's because I am a dog.
Go see Ashley.
Hey.
Oh, sorry guys. This is our other guest star, Miss Surrey. She's a bit special.
She's the cutest.
She's a little pit bull. She's scared of everything.
So back to episode 1. This episode's so good because the story is just unique. 2 brothers on a hunt for their dad. And right now I feel like, well, at the time, lead women roles were a thing. And like with Buffy the Vampire Slayer and then Charmed, like all of that, to have like 2 brothers, so cute, play the lead roles, I think is like really outgoing at the moment.
Well, I
Obviously.
feel like a lot of shows in that era were based off of books. Like
Yes.
Supernatural was based off of books. I think Sabrina the Teenage Witch was.
Yeah.
Charmed, I think, was. So it's kind of like the era of like good, long TV shows that lasted for 10, 15 seasons. And like, I love Sabrina.
They just don't make them like they did before.
They don't.
Season 1, episode 2, called... Sorry, just completely moved on.
We're gonna go through all 15 seasons.
No. But I do have a lot of episodes that I really want to get into because they're just so iconic. But in the second episode called Wendigo, Dean says the classic saving people, hunting things, the family business. When Sam is deciding if he wants to go back to school, and Dean's
after
like,
his
Come on.
girlfriend was literally burned to death
from on the ceiling.
On the ceiling by the yellow-eyed demon.
Woo! There's an episode. The first episode that genuinely scared me was Scarecrow. I think it's episode 11.
Oh, that one's weird,
dude. Okay, and then if we really want to, I'm sorry if this is. I hope this isn't boring, but I think this is interesting. This one genuinely scared me. The boys are arguing. They go their separate ways. Sam's going to a bus stop to go back home, and Dean is like, "There's people dying. There's people dying and stuff. So I'm gonna go save them." So Dean goes into mysterious disappearance of couples passing through a specific town in Indiana. Once a year, on the same day every year, couples are brought into this town, and the town people treat them really well. They give them free food, they help them with their gas and car troubles, and they just happen to break down at the same exact house before they leave town. And so of course they walk up, they go through the woods, they see this scarecrow
it has that long like hook thing, and it's like slasher.
Yes, and to keep the scarecrow alive, it's like built off of like the skin of the people that it kills.
Yeah, and they have to sacrifice like a couple or something every month.
Keep the crops alive and keep the town running.
Yeah.
Obviously Dean gets caught. Sam has to come and save the day, but we meet a character called Meg. Do you remember Meg?
Yeah.
Yeah, we meet her for the first time in that episode, but it's just really creepy. That episode just really gave me the heebie-jeebies because the scarecrow comes alive and hunts them and stuff. Another one that actually, I'm such a nerd. Jensen Ackles' most scary episode that he says like freaks him out is called Vendors. The Vendors. This is season 1, episode 15, and let me remind you what happens.
Oh God, I only remember the funny episodes, if I'm being completely.
I've got those on here too. This one also genuinely scared me because they thought it was a supernatural thing that was killing and capturing people, but really it was just these psychos, serial killers that were keeping people in like cages, and then they would release them and then give them like 5 minutes or something to try and make it out, and they let the person think that they can get out, and they're actually hunting them. There's also like a lot of Criminal Minds episodes on this happening.
I remember, like, did you ever read that I think it was like a book or something, or like a short like your freshman year of high school, about the guy who would like bring people to his house and then he would hunt them as like a sport kind of thing?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is though. Yeah, super creepy. That one is just Sam gets trapped and then Dean has to come save him, and this is when they're like a cop goes to help them, but the cop is like, I know you guys are fake FBI agents.
The FBI agents.
I said any episode with the ghost facers. Do you remember them?
I love them. That's us.
Ghost facers. They're hilarious.
What was the episode? Oh God, where is it? Where it's like the ghost of that serial killer, H.H. Holmes. I love that episode because I read the book about him. Because he's an actual serial killer.
Yeah.
And it's all about like the house that he lived in and how he would capture, like, trap women in the house and then trap them in those little coffin things.
Yep.
I love that episode.
That episode was really good.
It's one of my favorites, I think.
They've done so many. Any episode with Garth. Do you remember Garth?
Yeah.
Okay, Garth is the most goofiest character ever, but I love him. He's so funny.
I like the... is that where... Is it Garth that puts them in like the TV show thing where they go through all the different TV shows?
No, that's the Trickster.
The Trickster. I love that where they're like, wow, this is a big sandwich. And they're like talking. Oh, it's so funny.
When he's talking about if you have genital herpes.
Or when they're on like the mock Grey's Anatomy and they're like, oh yeah, that's the
Dr.
hot doctor
Lover or something.
Yeah, like they're like, hey, that's the hot doctor who imagines the love of her life, which is their dad in Grey's Anatomy. Yes. And I was like, this is so funny.
Yeah, I have that one there. That one's called
I think that's honestly probably
I don't remember what it's called, but that was the first time we like learn about the Trickster and stuff, or the second time. Season 2, episode 14, called Born Under a Bad Sign, is when Sam gets possessed and he captures Joe, and he's like, my daddy shot your daddy in the head.
Yeah. He's so hot.
He's just hot.
I mean, I'm so hot.
Oh yeah, right.
I'm so hot in that episode.
Yeah. Season 2, episode 19 is called Folsom Prison Blues. This is when Sam and Dean go into prison for the first time to help an old friend with a haunting that's going on. This is when we see the classic, iconic blue steel from Dean in his mugshot, and he goes, let me know who looks better, is it Nick Nolte? I don't remember his name. And then he says, or me, and then he goes,
That's my favorite thing.
Dude, okay, watching that, I just remember like the very first time me watching season like Supernatural as a whole. I would watch it late at night, and I would get hooked and watch like 4 episodes a night and not get any sleep. My mom, she would tell me in the morning, I can hear you laughing, and I'm cracking up like through the screen, and it's just something about it.
Me watching Community.
Yeah,
I love it. Or New Girl.
Yeah,
I love New Girl.
Fun fact though, the sign that they're holding up is from Little Rock, Arkansas.
Oh yeah,
and that's where I was born.
Oh,
so I'm like, also this is the first time that we see like, you know how they're getting their mugshots, so you can see their height, and we're like, oh my god, Sam is like 6'4".
He's tall. I mean, I'm tall.
Or 6'5". Yeah,
he's a tall man.
Yeah, I'm only 6'2".
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Season 3, episode 3. There's not that many more of these. I'm sorry. Season 3 it's called Bad Day at Black Rock. Sam's I lost my shoe, and Dean's I'm Batman, because they find the rabbit.
Yeah.
And it's like good luck, but then if you get rid of the rabbit's foot, then you end up getting bad luck, and it could kill you. And so Sam is just absolutely hilarious in this episode, and Dean throws a pencil. He has the rabbit's foot in his pocket. He throws the pencil perfectly in the guy's gun hole, like the bullet hole, and he goes, I'm Batman. And this is ironic because he goes on like a couple of years later, he goes to voice Batman in the cartoon movie series.
I know. I was like, oh, wait, what's the... Oh, God, there was this one thing I was just thinking of. The thing keeps scaring me. Oh, my gosh, what was it? Oh, I literally don't remember.
Okay.
Oh, no, it was when Dean gets, when he's scared of everything.
Yeah, yes.
And he screams.
And he's like, ah! And he goes, that was scary. Or he's like running from a dog, and he's like, we're crazy. We hunt like a little dog. Yes. And then like there's a moment in the episode where he like holds up his fake ID, and Sam is like, chill out, dude. And he's like, they're gonna know it's fake. They're gonna know it's fake. And he like shakes as he's like, they're definitely real. And Sam looks over like, oh, really? Season 3, episode 11, called Mystery Spot. This one's iconic. Sam relives the same day over and over, with it ending with Dean dying. He dies in so many funny ways. But he dies like 100. Like Sam lives in this reality for like over 100 days, and nobody thinks about that. Poor Sam had to live the same day.
Honestly, how many times has Dean like died? Like at least didn't they like confirm it was like over 500 or something?
Something really crazy, outrageous.
Man has been sent to hell and back a lot.
Yeah,
poor guy.
So is Sam.
But Dean's, I love Dean so much.
Season 6, episode 15, French Mistake. Oh, Sam and Dean play Jared Jensen playing Sam and Dean.
I love that episode.
That one's really funny because we also see Ruby. Sorry, but she's playing Jen, and Dean playing Jensen calls her Ruby, and she's like, very funny, Jensen.
Because they hate each other in that reality, and I was like, oh, I hate that they hate each other. I was like, I hope they don't actually hate each other, but they're like besties or whatever in real life.
Yeah, they are besties in real life. That's some of the... Do you have any episodes? There's an episode... I didn't write this down.
The Scooby-Doo episode.
Oh! Scooby Natural. Iconic.
That's like the best episode ever.
I love Scooby-Doo. You know, I grew up with it. So, wow. Just, wow. That must have taken a lot of time. And definitely, okay, we can say that Supernatural definitely progresses to get a little cringy. There's some cringy moments. Yeah. We won't get into it, but if you stick it through, it'll be
it's a beautiful
story. Nice surprise. Yeah. It's all about
love, friendship, hunting, monsters.
So I have some fun facts, I guess. Ooh. We already said the first one about the 35mm film for the first 3 seasons. Episodes where... What did I put? Episodes where they go back in time. Oh, there's an episode where they go back in time to the Western ages.
Oh, yeah.
And Dean refers to Sam as Walker, the Texas Ranger. Funny enough, in 2020, Jared Padalecki plays Walker in the new rendition of Walker, the Texas Ranger. So it's really funny how they both did that. Like, they really manifested, like, Batman and Walker into their lives. It's just really crazy.
Just like Troy in Community when he became Spider-Man.
Yeah.
This is so off topic, but he was like... how you feel about her deep insight in Supernatural is my deep insight in Community for whatever reason. How the guy who plays Troy, Mr. Childish Gambino, is in Spider-Man. He plays Miles' uncle, and then he's in the new Spider-Verse movie, as Prowler, and then he dresses up as Spider-Man in Community, which is on the TV in the first Spider-Man movie in Into the Spider-Verse, which the Prowler is watching.
Yes.
Boom. Anyways, continue.
I can't see. Oh, they still do conventions. I don't really know. I would love to go. Looked up tickets, thousands of dollars. Because with the ticket comes like the whole weekend of conventions. You see all of the actors, and then you get to like take pictures with like a good chunk of the actors, depending on the ticket that you get. You can ask questions there. It's really crazy. But they still do it, even though the show ended after 15 seasons in 2020, not due to COVID, but it was time.
Yeah,
you could tell towards the end, like the storyline was just.
There's only so far you can go.
I don't even want to talk about the ending because the ending was.
We don't need to.
I didn't cry because I'm not really in touch with my emotions, but. So Jensen Ackles, who plays Dean, and his wife Danielle Ackles created a new show called The Winchesters, which is a spin-off based off John and Mary Winchester, which is their parents. It's based in the 70s, based in New Orleans. I haven't seen it yet. There's only one season because then the writer's strike thing happened, and then CW dropped them. And so they might be getting a deal with Amazon Prime, which would be so good because then it could be a little bit like
raunchier.
Raunchier and like gory and like good. That was another little fun fact. They've had a lot of guest stars. I don't want to name all of them, but some that stick out to you and I probably is Dylan Minnette was in an episode. He was very baby. He was in season 4 episode called Family Remains. That episode is just creepy. I just remember there was like a basement. There was lots of people crawling. Something was eating people down there. It was a family that was moving into a house, and Dean and Sam acted as if they were like house inspectors or something. Yeah. But the family, like people ended up dying from the family, and like just it was very like Cabin in the Woods creepy. Just genuinely a creepy story. They've had guest stars like Paris Hilton.
Yes, I was gonna talk about that episode where she shapeshifts or whatever.
She's they're in like a wax museum or something, and it's funny because there's lots of references to the House of Wax movie that Jared Padalecki did with Paris Hilton and whatever. So there's like lots of stuff going on there. Another Snooki from Jersey Shore was a demon in like season 9 or 8 or something, just for like a quick cameo. There's an episode where Sam and Dean are on the set of like a movie set, and they're on a tour, and the tour guide
they mentioned
Gilmore Girls. If you stick long enough, you'll see a famous actor from Gilmore Girls. And that like apparently wasn't scripted, and like Sam's Jared Padalecki's actual reaction was his real reaction. He was like, Dean, let's get out of here. Like, because he plays Dean in Gilmore Girls, which is really funny. We need to get into Bobby. Not the skeleton behind me, but Bobby the character. He has a famous quote. I don't know when he says it, but he says, "Family don't end in blood." And I feel like that's the point of the show. Yeah. Anything that's that like they
the
do,
entire course of the show, really.
Anything they do is always for family and for, just to save each other and keep each other alive. He's also a father figure in the show because their own dad is, not a great dad. He's the only character who showed up. Fun fact, he's the only character that showed up in every single season, even if it was just for one episode, other than Sam and Dean. And another fun fact, his character is called Bobby Singer. Okay. I don't remember the actor's name, but love him. His character is Bobby Singer. The character is based off of one of the head writers and producers of the show called Robert Singer. The actor who plays Bobby in Supernatural is the same actor who plays Bobby in the show The Boys. Okay. The Bobby that's from The Boys is based off of the Bobby from Supernatural, which is played by the same guy. And all in all, it's based off of the writer, Robert Singer.
Why did I not know that? And I've watched we've both watched The Boys.
Because I saw and I said, wait, are they calling him Bobby in The Boys? I'm confused. His name is Bobby in Supernatural. Then I would like dug into it. Yeah. And that's that. But obviously the creator of Supernatural is Eric Kripke. I hope I'm saying his name right. Who is also the creator of The Boys.
Why did I not know that?
Hence why Jensen Ackles was in season 3, because they needed a kind of like a bad guy of season 3.
Well, I know that they wanted him to be in the first 2 seasons, but they were like, your like part isn't really needed right now. And he was like, just call me up when you need me. Yeah. And I love his character in The Boys. I love him.
The stuff he says is insane.
I'm just glad that he could just say whatever he wanted in it, because I know he's always wanted to.
It's also one of those things that like Supernatural took up so much of their time. They tried to do different movies in between, like season 4 they both did a movie. Jensen Ackles did My Bloody Valentine, which is like a movie about him being, I haven't seen it, but he's like a miner or something, and he like kills people, but it's like a different persona of himself. And then Jared Padalecki did Friday the 13th, the 2009 rendition, which I haven't seen, but we need to watch.
We do need to watch it.
Because he looks hot. I think his name is Clay.
Ew.
I don't know, but
not Clay.
Anyway, season 4 they both try to do other movies on their off time, and they realized Supernatural takes 10 months out of the 12 months of the year, and it's too exhausting. So, and then they start getting families and stuff. So
now they all just do like, well, first of all, you make so much money off of that show anyways, so now they can kind of just like do whatever they want. Like, I don't think Jared Padalecki has really been in anything since. He's
been in Walker, so right whenever Supernatural ended 2020, Walker came out, and there's 3 seasons, and it's 2023. So like he's been doing that. And he also is the creator of that show. So that's kind of, his wife is his wife in the show as well. Dang. So
at least he keeps his wife, unlike Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Whose wife is never his wife. And
that one movie. Jensen Ackles has a beer company called Family Business, which is also really funny. What else? I mean, those are like a good bit of the the fun facts that I have. I'm obsessed. Like, when Savannah got me hooked, I don't think she realized how hooked I was. I was watching the convention videos religiously. I like knew their personalities in and out, which is really stalkerish of me. But I don't know. I just really enjoy the guys. I enjoy their sense of humor.
Yeah, they just look like they're such nice people. I just want to be friends with them.
Yeah,
I love them.
Yeah. They said that it's been rumored. They've been rumoring. They've been discussing at these conventions since the show ended that they would love to come back with either a movie or like an 8-part mini-series, and each episode's like an hour long, and like they're fighting one thing like the whole like it would just be more. And then they were saying that they don't want it to be under CW anymore. Like they would want it to be more like under Amazon or Apple, something that they can get more kind of like gross,
more into.
And more, I don't know, cussing. Like they can actually like cuss more and like be grown,
be grown men.
So my question for you is, have you experienced anything supernatural?
Oh my gosh, let me tell you. Let me go in my
What a transition.
Let me go in my notes. I always have notes on this stuff. This is like the second part of this supernatural episode we're talking about supernatural stuff. I love supernatural stuff. I think that, we should have brought a Ouija board or something. No? Okay, so
I watched Sam and Colby. Okay, I know that stuff is real.
Oh, I know.
I don't think do you know who Sam and Colby is?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I've watched them. Okay, so one of first of all, I think this house is haunted that we're currently filming in. I definitely think it's haunted. Ooh. No, it's definitely haunted with the 4-5 husbands that this lady who lived in this house,
I don't know this. I'm scared.
You didn't?
No.
I thought I told you this.
Maybe.
So the lady who lived here like designed this house all by herself or whatever, and so everything in the house is specific to her, but she had like 5 or 6 husbands. And like this bedroom like was her bedroom, and then the other bedroom, like Cooper's, was her husband's, and then they both slept upstairs, and then downstairs there was like extra bedrooms or whatever. And all of her husbands died. She's like not married anymore. All of her husbands just mysteriously died in the house.
Is she alive? Where'd she go?
To a nursing home.
Did you just hear me burp? I'm sorry.
I did. Yeah, she's in a nursing home now. So, but yeah,
that's her.
Pretty much. But she's the sweetest little old lady. But this house is definitely haunted. There's definitely like when you're in here alone, there's some stuff that can be heard. One night, maybe I was just on something, but I was sitting in my bed, and it was when like I think it was just me and my dad here when my mom left again. And
sounds like your mom. My mom left us.
My mom likes to leave us. She's in Miami right now.
Yeah, she's on vacation.
She went to go find the hoochie daddies. But I heard someone come up the stairs, and I was like, that doesn't sound like anyone's footsteps that I know.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's really weird. And I like got up because I thought it was like Opal or something. And I got up and I checked, and there was like no one coming up the stairs. I was like, I'm going crazy. I was like, great. And then I heard something like hit a wall, and I was like, literally, what the heck is going on? I was like, maybe I'm going crazy. Maybe I'm imagining stuff again. I'm a schizophrenic. But I was like, oh my gosh, what is going on here? But I've always had like weird supernaturally experiences. It apparently runs in our family. You didn't know that either, did you?
No.
Oh yeah. Here's my supernatural information.
Oh, okay. I do remember you telling me about the house and the husbands. Once you started talking about it, I do remember that.
Yeah.
I do remember the story about you saying like you can hear,
footsteps
and stuff. I don't know. I'm definitely like a little skeptic, but I'm also a little believer,
I'm a fat believer.
Like, whenever you're not feeling spooked out and you hear cracks naturally in a house, that's when I'm kind of like, okay. But then if you get yourself spooked up, then you start hearing stuff and you're like, whoa, like it could just be in your head.
It could be like whatever. But like, that's the thing is like when I was like living in St. Augustine, like, which is like probably one of the most haunted towns because of all the history and stuff there.
Other than New Orleans, but.
Other than, New Orleans, oh my gosh. But like where we lived, like I've told you plenty of stories of Ponce and how haunted it was. Like we'd see stuff in our dorm all the time, like living in a dorm from the 1800s, and like the owner, the previous owner, Henry Flagler, whatever his name is like buried on campus, and so is his wife and his niece.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, you can go see their tombs. It's like in a church.
Oh, maybe we saw it then.
Maybe I don't know. I don't remember if I took you to go see his tomb or not. But I had to do it for a project. And so we'd hear stuff in our dorm all the time. Like, we were never allowed to leave. We were like, no one stays in this dorm alone unless they absolutely have to.
Yeah.
And we'd like see stuff move in our dorm all the time, or like we would hear stuff, or like paper would move on the floor. Like, and we didn't have air conditioning really in our dorm. It was creepy. And like even like the fort, which is like literally where thousands and thousands of people died, I've seen stuff there. But like when I was crying there 6 or 7 times, I never saw anything. They were probably like, oh,
that's late at night.
Yeah, that's like 2 a.m. Like they're like, look at this stupid white girl crying again. Ugh. But like, I don't know, because like I know Ghost Adventures did a segment there at the fort, and they saw stuff there.
Sam and Colby did one on the lighthouse that's there.
Really? I've been in the lighthouse. It's spooky. It's a little scary.
Oh, I bet.
It's not fun there at night.
Oh, I bet.
It's like I was doing it at the same time.
Sorry, you can hear my hand moving.
We went there for a haunted tour, me and my mom, when I first moved there, and it was.
I've always wanted to do a haunted tour, especially in New Orleans.
We should go down to St. Augustine.
There's so many movies and shows. Like I watched The Haunted Mansion One Day Alone, and it's based in New Orleans, and the guy is a tour guide for haunted things.
We should do that one day when we go down to St. Augustine. I want to go down in November really bad.
Okay.
November. But yeah, so it's just like really gross and haunted there. But like I also like apparently, like I said before, my family's like sensitive to that type of stuff apparently on my mom's side, because like she has had weird stuff happen. First of all, she lived on a dead woman's furniture for like the longest time. I was like, that's gross.
It's kind of nasty.
And so she would see stuff all the time, and she like had a dream one time like about the woman who like haunted her furniture or whatever, and like you always see like the shadows and stuff like that move and whatever. And my grandmother was like, yeah, like my great grandmother was like super sensitive to that type of stuff, and it's like been passed down, I guess. And I was like, great, I see dead people. Continue. I'm gonna look something. But yeah. Oh, that's another thing I wanted to talk about too was Ed and Lorraine Warren, the people from The Conjuring, that the Conjuring movies are about.
I'm scared. New movie is out, I think, coming out in October.
The Nun 2 came out. Yeah, I want to see that too.
I don't.
Oh, but how they actually live up in Pennsylvania, or they're dead now, but all their like knickknacks that they collected from all of their like hauntings that they would go do are all in this one building. Like that's where the Annabelle doll is. Do you remember when the Annabelle doll just like disappeared during quarantine?
Yeah, what's up with that? Where's she at? Where'd she go?
She's back now, I guess. But like all the things they saw, like you see in the movie, like they actually have like in this museum that you can go to and see everything in.
I would need to be saged, holy water.
I know. Like I know you're not allowed to touch anything because like they don't want anything coming back with you. Yeah. But honestly, okay, the Annabelle doll is not as scary as I thought it was gonna be. It's like a rag doll. It's not like that creepy doll like I don't know. Again,
I hate to bring up Sam and Colby again, but they have stayed in the Conjuring house like a couple of times. It is creepy. there's like scratches, like the real one that it's based off of. There's like scratches on the basement door and like on the walls, and like it is just, it's messed up. It's creepy though.
It's creepy stuff.
Yeah.
I remember that one episode they did, like it was like a big thing where they actually caught someone being murdered in the background.
Oh yeah, that's the one that made them famous.
Yeah.
That was like when they first started doing spooky stuff. They were like doing an overnight challenge in like a haunted forest or something, and like they're screaming in the background of their video, and they're like, should we, like, what do we do about this? Are we gonna help them? And
yeah.
Years later, or I don't know if it was like a couple weeks later, but it came out that somebody actually died that night in that forest, or in wherever they were like under a bridge or something. And it's crazy that they caught that on camera.
Yeah, that makes me think of not someone being murdered, but the BuzzFeed Unsolved guys. Oh my gosh,
hilarious.
I love, which they're not BuzzFeed Unsolved anymore. They have their own show called The Watcher.
Yes, I watch their stuff on my free time, because they're so like, one of them believes, one's like skeptic, and so they're just hilarious. Their dynamic is great. They just make jokes the whole time, and it's not as like spooky, you know. I know.
I remember we made my mom watch an episode, The Goatman Bridge, where it's like Devil Goatman or whatever, on like haunts the bridge and like has thrown people off the bridge, and I think his name Shane, he's like, come out, goat man, like come on, throw us over this bridge, goat man. And I always remember,
giddy up, goat man.
I remember my mom was watching it and was like, y'all are making me lose brain cells like watching this TV show. And I was like, yeah, but it's like so good. I was like, it's so funny. And she's like, it's really not. And I was like, oh, dang, never mind, okay, I take it back. But yeah.
Do you have any more spooky ghost stories?
I'm trying to think. I don't know. Have you ever done a Ouija board?
No.
Oh, I love them. They're so fun to me. But I like to test the limits.
Do you believe it's real?
I do.
You think there's a spirit on the other side moving your hands?
I think that there's definitely some sort of connection that you can make through them, like some kind of energy transfer.
Okay.
I don't know. I definitely think there's something out there that's like, like kind of helping like from the other side, like, because I know that there's like, which, okay, my mom told me about this. This is, I swear this is on topic, but this is like straight out of a horror movie.
Okay.
When she moved into her old house, you know, there was a hole in her closet or whatever, and she was like, like I went up there and out came a Ouija board. And I was like, Mother, that's straight out of a horror movie, like you're gonna die. And she goes, oh yeah, like I don't really, we kept it, but I don't really know where it is.
It's giving Jumanji.
I know. I was like, you're gonna die. I was like, what is going on here? It's like, that's disgusting. She goes, yeah, we thought it was so cool. It's like, oh great. It's like, you would never catch me doing that. That's like way too much bad juju.
Yeah. A hole in your closet and a Ouija board up there.
Bad juju. But yeah, Ouija boards are not. We played one at a birthday party.
What?
My friend's mom had bought it for us to play.
The mom? Okay, here, I might be skeptic, but I don't even want to, like, if there is any energy, I don't want it. You know?
It was weird because it was at like my friend Mia's birthday, and her little sister was there, and a couple of our other friends were there, and Mia wasn't playing because she didn't want to play anymore. So it was me, her sister, and like two of these other girls that we played volleyball with. We had our little fingers on it, and I was probably like 15 maybe. Well, it started talking about information about their grandmother that none of us knew. And her little sister was like, come on guys, like which one of you is playing around with me? Like this isn't funny anymore. And we were like, we're not doing anything. And she was like, you're kidding, right? And I was like, no, like we're not pushing anything. And I was like, I swear we're not. And then it started answering more questions that only her grandmother knew. And I was like, I was like, that's it, I'm done. I was like, close out. And we literally said goodbye. And we like went to the thing and like, we're done with it. It was scary.
That is weird.
And there's like all the, like, I know you're supposed to like soak around the board however many times. And then you always have to say goodbye to like close it. Yeah. And then if it starts talking about Zozo, you're like,
who is Zozo?
It's like a demon or something. Oh. Yeah, that you're like, if it starts talking, you're supposed to say goodbye because it can like come through or whatever.
How do you know it's talking about Zozo? We'll say Z-O.
It'll like go back and forth.
Oh, yeah. I got chills.
Yeah.
I just got chills.
I know. And like the whole thing with like the Ouija board is like the piece that's on there, like the clear piece is what you're supposed to like look through. Right. To like see stuff, but you're never supposed to take it off the board once you start.
Ew.
But have you seen that new movie called Talk to Me?
Oh, is it about the hand?
It's like essentially the same thing.
Oh.
And, like, she touches the hand and like forms a connection with like a ghost. She starts, the music in it, gas. It's so good.
You've seen it?
No.
Oh.
But the music, it's so good, and I love listening to it because it's so like circus like, but it's supposed to be like it's a montage in the movie. But it's just so good. I love the like scariness too. I love listening to it at work.
It is freaky. It's a little ooh.
Ooh.
I'm trying to think. The house that we're in now, I used to get pretty bad vibes. I do every now and then, because there's been times where like I swear I've heard people knock on the front door at like 10 p.m. at night, which is not late, but it's like, we live in an old people neighborhood.
Yeah.
Specifically our neighbors are like, they're all old, or around like, nobody's doing that at night. We all have jobs and stuff. We're all in bed. All right. And so there was one time I was on FaceTime with a friend, and like somebody knocked on the door, and I was like spooked, because we have a window by the front door, and like you can see through it. We only have like, at the time we didn't have good blinds, and we just had like a very like sheer whatever curtain up. And so I was like, they can see me from my chair realistically. Yeah. But it's light in here and it's dark out there, so I can't see them, they can see me type of deal. And so somebody knocked on the door, and I was like immediately hid behind the recliner, and then texted my parents that were already in bed, and were like, somebody just knocked on the door. And my dad was like, they didn't answer. And so I tried my best to like this is so dumb, because this was like, I was old enough to not be crawling on the floor and
because I do that
from somebody that knocked on the door. But I crawled all the way until they couldn't see me, and I got back to the back of the house, and like woke my parents up and was like, somebody knocked on the door. And it didn't happen once, but I think pretty sure it happened twice. And that's when I was like, okay, well, this is weird. I'm not opening the door. So my dad,
does dad things.
He did a dad thing and opened the door, walked around the house, like, just to make sure. That was really creepy. I've also had, I know we're not talking about dreams this episode, but I did have a recurrent dream that somebody, I used to sleep with my window completely open, like the blinds up, like just completely open, and our house is by the street. And well, I had plants in the windowsill, so it was like I needed them to get the morning light. Stupid. I don't have them anymore, obviously, because I had this dream and I freaked out. But basically, like, some guy like in a top hat, creepy face, kind of looks like the burnt guy from season 1 of American Horror Story. Similar to that guy. Weird walk. But I had a dream that he kept on watching me from my window and would get closer, and then broke into my room from my window, because my window's whatever. And so that freaked me out. So nothing like actually supernatural, just things that,
like, dreams,
just weird freaky stuff that I'm like, and like one time the power went out in our neighborhood because somebody, like a drunk driver, hit the pole, but also he was like a criminal and was like allegedly running around the neighborhood, and the cops were trying to find him. Again, this is a safe neighborhood. Like, I don't know what was up, but just stuff goes on, and I'm like, that's weird.
Yeah. I was gonna say, one time I'm in St. Augustine, my freshman year, we were walking past the street, which I think it's Charlotte Street, I don't remember, I'll show you next time we go down, but it was all closed off, and we were with the volleyball team, and we asked our coach, we were like, hey, like, what's going on here? Like, this is crazy. He goes, oh yeah, they were like fixing the road, and they found bones. Yeah, from like people from the 1800s, and so they had to get the historical society like association involved to, like, excavate the bodies, like take them somewhere. And so then they, like, it was like under construction for like months because they couldn't get all the bodies out. And I was like, great, I live somewhere haunted. It's like, this is so fun. I mean, there was plenty of people that died in Ponce. Yeah, there was the little boy who fell going down the stairs trying to get a ball. So like, a lot of people say if you have like a blue ball and you roll it down the hallway, like, he'll roll it back. And then there was a girl who hung herself on the 4th floor, which is why the 4th floor is not open to the public or to any of the students, because she hung herself from a chandelier. There was also a bunch of people that died from like the flu and stuff. I love St. Augustine. We should go on a haunted tour though, it's really fun.
Yeah, speaking, like, I hate to bring up New Orleans again, but where we used to live was like an hour from it, so we visited a lot just for, like, the culture's insane.
It's so fun there.
The food is good, the art is amazing, the food, I mean, the the music is jazz just on the streets everywhere. Is just, I don't know, I love it. But it smells like pee and weed. And
it does. The place has so much voodoo going on.
Oh yeah. But you know, everybody knows this, but you can go on like graveyard and like just a whole bunch of tours down there. I haven't done it, but I don't know, it's kind of cool. Not cool. All of their graves are like above ground because of the flooding,
which is weird to me because they still get swept up and like taken away most of the time because of the flooding. Yeah, and it's just weird to think that before they knew that there was a bad storm and it flooded and bodies started coming from the ground and being swept away by the water, which is which a lot of the bodies are still have never been put back where they belong. Yeah, which is crazy. That's messed up. I just think of what's it called, the originals, like all that stuff. Like
they're based off of New Orleans too.
Yeah, like how much of that stuff is involved like in probably actual like New Orleans culture. Like even when my sister lived there, she was like, yeah, there's some stuff that goes down here that we just like don't talk about. Yeah, like especially the whole like the like certain like witches and like voodoo and vampires and werewolves. Oh my god, Edward Cullen. Like that entire thing. But like even like I know how this like, you know, like the past episode talking about conspiracy theories, like all of the supernatural stuff like in the Midwest or like up in the like Appalachian Mountains, like that stuff, all the weird stuff that goes down there.
What's up there?
Skinwalkers.
Oh yeah, we talked
Skinwalkers, Sasquatches,
Sasquatch,
weird lard dogs.
There's a vine that the Dolan twins did, and it's like, God, why are news people always interviewing the most crazy people and they dress up as like a crazy person? There was a Sasquatch and there was witch and I was trying to show him my Pokemon collection. Do you remember this vine? No. It's so funny. I think about it like the Roman Empire. It's so funny.
Please, not the Roman Empire again.
No, yeah.
Skinwalkers are my Roman Empire. For real.
Do you remember the clown thing?
Oh, God.
When was that? 2017, 2016?
Yeah. It happened. It resurged during COVID, too, though.
Dude, we were bored in COVID. We were bored.
I still think I was in the best shape of my life during COVID.
Yeah. Well,
that's crazy.
Mentally, I was.
I didn't have to talk to anyone.
Do you believe, did you ever do Bloody Mary as a kid?
No.
No?
I didn't have enough friends for that.
You didn't need that when you didn't need friends to do.
Me and Cooper were never allowed to do anything bad together.
Me and my sister, there was this one time we were in the house in Arkansas. And Kansas. I don't know, I remember this very specifically, but one day Samantha was telling me about it and I was freaked out. And then the next day there was like, it looked like an animal took a bite out of the tree because there was like red stuff and like almost looked like blood, but I was short so I could I just remember being like, why is that tree bloody? Right after it was like October. Yeah. And so like but the tree was in our backyard closed in by a gate. Like I don't know what took a chunk out of that tree, but it was bloody, so that was weird. And then also I think I remember us doing Bloody Mary, but we never saw anything. We were too scared. Like we got to the third one and then turned the light on and would scream, even though honestly just being in the bathroom with the lights off was scary enough.
Me still go like, I think you think something like, oh my God, like you think something's gonna watch you from the mirror. Like have you ever done that thing where you like stare at yourself in the mirror and your face starts to move? That's my biggest fear, is that I'm gonna like turn around in the mirror one day and then my reflection is gonna be like the other way. Number one fear.
I've never thought
I don't like looking in mirrors. I know there's like a superstition that like you can't have two mirrors facing each other because
it's a portal.
It's a portal
to somewhere.
I have like 600 mirrors in my room. I like to look at myself. We're so full of ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah. So Bloody Mary, don't know about that. Did you ever have like? You scared over there? Are you shaking?
Did you see that?
No.
I thought this was a spider. It's just a leaf.
I heard you go. Guys, we're freaked out.
I literally.
Gross. Did you ever be scared of like the boogeyman or the hook man or slender man or like anything that you were like scared of as a kid?
I was
that
scared.
you believed in?
I'm still scared of things grabbing my feet.
Oh.
Like under the bed. Like I'll sleep because my bed isn't pressed all the way up against my wall, and I'm afraid that if I stick my fingers like in between my bed and the wall, something's gonna touch me.
I still run to my room when the lights are off. Like as
run
I'm
up the stairs.
closing time, turn all the lights, locking all the doors. I am sprinting and jumping on my bed because
like
again,
something's chasing you.
Because something might again grab my ankle whenever I'm getting in bed. Even though there's so much stuff under my bed that there's no way.
I know, same. There's so many stuffed animals under my bed. There's no way there's anything getting up in there. I don't like when you sleep. Like, do you ever hang your foot over the bed?
Absolutely
I don't do
not. I am covered to a T. I am like I'm cocooned. I'm a burrito in my bed. There's nothing getting me there. I get the classic, I'm closing my eyes while I shower and something might stab me. Or there might be a monster in front of me.
I always when I would stay in my apartment alone, that's the first thing I would do. I'd go check all the bathrooms. Check the bathrooms to make sure there's anything in the shower. To make sure I'd punch it.
This is weird. I'm not one of those.
Oh,
I like my shower curtain closed and I don't check it.
When I'm the ballsy one. I'm like, if I hear something, I like go into my kitchen and grab a knife. Like that's gonna do anything. I grab a knife and then I check everything, just in case. In this house, it would take me forever.
Yeah, I was gonna say
all the nooks and crannies.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't really believe in I didn't ever play the Slenderman game.
Me neither.
I never played it, but I'm not scared of that stuff.
I feel like we're too old for that in a way. Like that sounds terrible. Like we're 40 years old, but like I feel like people when we were younger, we didn't do that. I feel like that wasn't a thing.
The scariest thing was how people were saying that one app that kids were using with the cat was actually a camera, and they
did you ever do randonauting? It would send you a location
and you would find something. No,
the people who did it, and it sent them to they actually solved this. I think
a dead body.
It was a dead body in a suitcase, and they called the police, and it was an actual murder that happened, and they found the person who did it.
Yeah, that's messed up. I never did that.
That was a big thing during COVID too.
Yeah,
everything happened during COVID.
We were bored. The boogeyman. Did you ever have a bedtime scary story that was the boogeyman?
No, I was just scared of alligators. I was terrified of alligators.
Well, yeah, I guess you grew up in Florida.
Yeah. So. Scared. Me as a 5-year-old having alligator nightmares, crying to my parents.
Just gonna show up?
Yeah.
In your front yard?
They would. Honestly, they would. We had alligators in our neighborhood.
I'm more scared of a bald eagle. Those things, whoa! They will take your dog. It doesn't matter how big your dog is, they'll take it. And I care about my dogs.
What the heck are you talking about?
I don't know. You're scared of alligators.
Eagle?
Yes.
That's so rational.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Just a little bit.
Here's the thing. If you're scared of sharks, you can control not going in the ocean, right? Right? If you're scared of sharks,
no bald
don't
eagles
go in
around here.
There is a hawk. I'm scared of those too.
They're not going to attack you. It's not like this is Australia and they're magpies.
Not attack me, but they would attack other things and get close enough to where I'm like, dogs, we should go in.
You're crazy.
Anyways, there was this movie called Don't Look Under the Bed. Disney made it, and it was basically the boogeyman, and it was freaky. And I watched it last year during October, and I was like, this is still freaky as a kid. And I remember specifically I was getting babysat by someone, and it was October, and she put it on the TV because it was late at night, Disney, whatever, and they were playing spooky movies, and that one came on, and I was like, woo! There's long fingernails, and her imaginary friend turns into the boogeyman when she stops believing in him. Just brings me chills.
Did you ever watch The Babadook?
What?
Babadook. It's called The Babadook. I think it's on Netflix. I don't know if they took it off, but it's this story about this mom and her son, which the son was the real villain of the story. And the son essentially is a brat. And one day this book gets delivered and she's reading the book to him. Well, every time she reads the book, it comes to life.
Pause. A random book showed up at their door and they were like, let's read it.
Yeah, they thought someone delivered it for them or something. And it's called The Babadook. And then it's oh my gosh, the Babadook eats bad kids or whatever. And then the Babadook starts showing up and the Babadook kills the dog and then tries to kill the kid and the mom. It's a crazy book. The Babadook...
It's a book or is it a movie?
No, sorry, it's a movie. Okay. The Babadook is now a gay icon.
How?
It's so funny. I'll have to show you the video after this, but he's like serving in this video I found, and I was like, "Ooh, kill him!"
Well, I've never heard of this. What is this rated R, rated
I don't really know. Let me look it up.
Is it a kids movie? Like, should I watch it and not be scared, or am I gonna be scared?
It's kind of more funny than scary.
Yeah, I'm gonna be scared.
It's from 2014.
When people say, it's not that scary, I'm scared.
He's kind of, look at him, a gay icon. He is a gay icon.
Oh, that picture far right. I'm scared. Nope,
yeah, no.
Down.
Oh yeah, that's him in his human form.
No, not watching.
He's kind of spooky, but he is a gay icon.
He's giving Dracula.
He serves.
This episode went by so quick.
I know. He serves.
Did we even really talk about anything?
We talked about supernatural stuff.
Oh yeah, I guess we did.
The Babadook is super supernatural.
Oh, that's super supernatural. Come on.
Why is Billie Eilish on here?
Because when we all fall asleep, where do we go?
The Babadook.
I looked it up last night. I was like, when we all fall asleep, where do we go? And it was only Billie Eilish promo. I was like, no, I want to know. Where do we go?
Sleep.
And then it was, because I was looking up dreams, and it was talking about how like sleep paralysis happens whenever you don't make it to like the fourth stage of, whatever. But
I've gotten sleep paralysis before. It's spooky.
You have? Explain.
It's essentially like you're paralyzed, and then bad things start happening to you, and it's scary. It's really scary.
That's all you have to say?
That's literally it. I don't like it.
Okay, we'll bring back bad memories if we talk about it.
No me gusta.
That took me back to Spanish Honors Club. I know no Spanish. All right, well, thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks for watching our supernatural episode. I really hope you enjoyed this.
Yes.
Click the link in the bio. Watch our YouTube.
Yeah.
No, for real.
I'm Dean. This is Sam, and we're closing out.
Mic dropped. Goodbye, guys.
Bye.
We love you.
Bye.